All right, let's talk about something I think we've all felt. You're pouring your heart and soul into your social media, but it feels like you're shouting into the void. It is so frustrating. So today, we're going to figure out why. We'll run a 10-point checkup to diagnose exactly what's going on and give you a solid plan to turn things around. So you're doing the work, right? You're crafting the posts, you're hitting publish day after day, and then nothing. Just crickets. But listen, that silence doesn't mean no one's out there. It's just a sign that we need to change how we're talking to them. And just to put this in perspective, think about this number, 70%. That's how much of the US population has at least one social media account. Your audience is absolutely out there. The problem isn't a lack of people, it's a lack of connection. And that brings us right to the core of this whole thing. The answer isn't to just post more and burn yourself out. Nope, it's about posting smarter. We're going to give you a kind of diagnostic toolkit to figure out exactly what's off and, more importantly, how to fix it. So let's do it. Let's put your social media on the examination table for a little health check. We're going to run through a couple of tests, checking the vital signs of your audience engagement and your content strategy to see where we need to focus. You ready? Okay, first up is the audience and engagement test. This is all about whether you're actually connecting with people. This is where we're going to find our first 5 big signs that your content needs a serious rework. All right, let's run through the checklist. Sign number 1, your follower count is basically flatlined. 2, the followers you do have, they don't interact, no likes, no comments, nothing. 3, your content is all about you. 4, people might click your links, but they leave right away. And 5, let's be honest, it just feels bland. There's no passion. These are our first 5 red flags. Now let's dig into 2 of the biggest ones. Okay, this one is a game changer. That third sign, self-centered content, is probably the most common mistake. Our source material is really clear on this. Your audience is on social media to be entertained, to learn something, to connect. So the single biggest shift you can make is to stop asking, what do I want to say? And start asking, what do they actually want to see? Now, even if your message is perfect, the delivery can totally sink it. This gets to sign number 4. Imagine someone clicks your post, they're interested, and they're hit with a giant wall of text. What do? They're gone in a split second. You have to make your content easy on the eyes. Break it up, use visuals, make it scannable. Format matters. So let's move on to our next test, because you'll see how this all builds. A lot of times, low engagement is just a symptom of a much deeper problem. You don't have a real strategy. This is where we look at the why behind your what and find our last 5 signs. All right, signs 6 through 10. See if any of these sound familiar. 6, you don't really know who you're talking to. 7, you're using the same strategy you set up years ago, if you ever set one up at all. 8, you post whenever you feel like it, no schedule. 9, you're not seeing any real business results from it. And 10, you don't even know what your goals are. If you're nodding your head right now, you're not executing a strategy. You're just making noise. And that's the real kicker, isn't it? An unfocused strategy doesn't just fail to get you results. It actively burns through your most precious resources, your time, your energy, and your money. We need to stop wasting and start investing with a clear purpose. So let's fix this. We'll start with sign number 6, because this is the foundation for everything else. Instead of shouting to a crowded room, I want you to picture one single person. Define your ideal customer. Give them a name, a job, things they like, things they hate. Then create every single post as if you're talking directly to them. And here's the playbook for fixing the rest of those strategy signs. It's a simple 3-step plan. Step 1, define your goals. What does success actually look like? Is it clicks? Is it signups? Pick your KPIs. 2, create a schedule. Be consistent. Become a reliable voice they expect to hear from. And 3, measure everything. Track what people are responding to, and do more of that. So, you've done the health check. You're finally connecting with your audience. You've built a solid strategy. Now, for the payoff. Let's talk about turning all this good work into a real return on your investment. This quote from our source material really says it all perfectly. It's not about the vanity metrics, like getting a bunch of likes. It's about building a real community, a group of people who trust you, who will spread the word for you, and who will eventually become your customers. This is the cycle we're aiming for. Great content creates an engaged audience. That engaged audience then becomes your volunteer marketing army, sharing your stuff for you. And that word of mouth is what turns a follower into a customer, which directly boosts your bottom line. So as you go back and start reworking your content, just keep this really simple framework in your head. Every piece of content should tell a story that involves your audience, shows them what makes you special, and does it with a spark of creativity. That's the magic formula. The people you want to reach are out there, I promise. They are scrolling on their phones right now, just waiting for something interesting, something that connects. You've done the health check, you have the tools now, so the only question is, what story are you going to tell them?